Hello, 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 everyone. Mike Arnold's here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners, along with Chino. How's everyone doing? Is everyone still here after the day today? Let's get to that daily chart. Oh, that's ugly. Down 11.55%. That is compared to, I mean, even the Russell, which got hurt. NASDAQ got really hurt. The call was what did them in, not the earnings numbers. Again, it was the call or what was lack of being said on the call. So we've got the sell off. I mean, I think it's said here earnings numbers were great, but I feel like market was expecting a little more, especially considering how much it ran up since the last earnings report. Well, I think this is what lots of promises that, for a long time, no full self driving, no semi, no Cybertruck, no 25K car. They have Tesla bots in the factories now, and a lot of the factories have. They don't have two-legged bots, but they have things delivering parts to everyone else. Take a look at the Volkswagen factory in Germany. That's and I'm not saying that I don't even know. I don't have a Volkswagen. No skin in the game with Volkswagen, but I've seen some amazing stuff out of their factories, and they are quite impressive with the amount of robotics they have going. So robotics in cars factories are not new, but maybe a Tesla bot with two legs is. Uh, so let's see. Ken, hey everyone, can you discuss the probabilities of the major channel be broken at major support and it does break where we headed to 600s again? We'll take a look at the bigger picture now. Can I discuss your criteria for entering long-term Tesla position? Sure. Implied options move was 8% down near 11. Yeah, it exceeded the options move. Thank you for putting in that wavy. It did exceed that. Again, huge disappointment, but you're still separate from Tesla. And I know people want me to be some kind of Tesla bull. And fundamentally, I'm bearish. So this is overall, fundamentally, this is not a surprise. But just from a technical standpoint, let's go through the technicals again. Yes, last week we were in neutral mode on the weekly. Daily's been in bearish mode since the 18th of January. 4 hours in bearish mode, and you see we're turned to the 4-hour rotation zone, separate from what I think fundamentally or anything else. It doesn't matter. We had already things lined up. 1 hour, we had the double cross pattern. All the double cross pattern means is it returned to the higher time frame rotation zone. You watch for a rotation back down. Let's take a look at that big picture chart. I'm now still watching 886. So if we have a rally tomorrow, 886.12 is key level for me because a close below that triggers this confirmed double top, but not yet triggered on a weekly basis. You also see we're against this major trend line. I think this is what you were talking about, Ken. Major support trend line, multiple touches on here, and we're back right there. It's again why we'll be watching at least for a little short-term bounce. So we can have a bounce without even this potential daily double bottom triggering, which is just barely hanging on to a potential double. But that would have to get a close in order to trigger this potential double bottom. You'd have to get a close of back above 987.69. And that's a long way off. What now? We're here. If we bounce and then break this major support line, well, also, if we break this major support line at some point, whether we trigger it tomorrow or another week, we'll have triggered this massive double unless it can get all the way back up to this 1200 area. That's the only thing that would invalidate this. Then we're watching 725, 644, and 564. Here's your longer term major support area. You start breaking below that. I'm looking into the 400s. Okay. By the way, based off this run up from these last major lows, Your key level is a 62.5 just below here. So you got to close below about 804. You can just watch 800. You got to close below 800. Then I'm watching for, you have so many factors to the downside independent of each other that, even it's just sell every bounce. What am I looking for a longer term uh, Tesla position? You can still play short term. I mean, there are short term plays. You want some short term plays, and then I'll talk longer term. Short term plays, super aggressive. I hate putting this out there, but we might get a bounce, especially with the NASDAQ tomorrow, which get a Tesla bounce. A quick close above the final 1 hour bar. This high, 843.90 would be an aggressive trade to the long side. Just mind the 1 hour rotation zone, so use it to move up your stops. And definitely mind the 4 hour rotation zone should it get all the way back up there. And I'm not just talking tomorrow. So if you caught a play and you did want to hold it over the weekend, you'd have to mind the 4 hour rotation zone again to the upside. These key rotation zones, which were rotation trades all the way up, are now selling. And I'm not expecting a lot of people to sell this short, but you at least take profits. Or at least take partial profits and raise your stops if you're only long. What am I watching for a long-term buy pattern? I'm going to be watching for a %B entry against around major support. And I will put the %B entries in the course or as a separate, maybe just a separate module people can buy. So for example, there is a %B entry, but you need a weekly close above 987.69. Okay, and that would be for next week, not this week. So, but that's a huge bar though. So what I'd be watching for, like, here was a weekly entry right here. So let me point something out. So this is the kind of thing. So even before we had this key low, which reinforces, we had this low that reinforced this trend line and gave a %B setup, this week triggered it. This is a weekly basis. So this is what I'm talking, key area. This was based off a trend line. What would be another key area? Let's say we came down to 5, this area, and triggered it. In front of that, let's say we only came down to the first target, like right around this area, somewhere in there between this prior little resistance area on a weekly and the first target on the double. And then we got a potential weekly buy. That might be an aggressive weekly buy with a partial position. For longer term positions, I'm only interested at this point for weeklies. All right? For longer term positions. For quick little day swing trades, which could be 2 to 3 to 5 days, I'll watch for those. There just isn't one right now in the daily. You got a little 4 hour trade on a close above. This would be I'd only play this on the first 4 hour bar tomorrow morning. Would be above 867.14. Here's the challenge. Your targets though your targets are getting compressed on this, so it gets challenging to manage proper risk reward. And I wouldn't be carrying anything over the weekends right now in Tesla, personally. But there will be bullish short-term plays, but they are, again, for me, short-term plays. And I went over the weekly, what I'm watching for on the weekly. Now, if the sell-off continues tomorrow, it would invalidate the potential double. My next target areas to the lower side are 810. And then, he filled that gap. I'm just seeing. Again, 810 would be my next level. You have the 200 right in front of that. So about 810 to 814. I'm just looking for other key stuff around here. Remember all these gaps? You still fill gaps. Just took a little bit. Then you get, I would not ignore 795 area. If we break below 795, and I would be shocked if we had another sell-off like today. But 762. And I'm just going to say it one more time. The key level on a rally, I'm watching 886 tomorrow if we get a strong rally to see where we close in reference to that. Other than that, to the upside, I gave the 1 hour little aggressive buy. Would not ignore this 1 hour rotation zone right around 865. And then above 865, right around 881, which is, where am I on the weekly? I'm at 886. So 881 to 886 would be my next target to the upside. And then on an even stronger rally, I'd just be targeting, let's see, 881 to 886, then roughly 900 to 902. Those are my upside targets for tomorrow. Again, watch the NASDAQ. We got Apple's strong earnings. If we get an, I'm still, as I said, market overview, still long the S&P. Still watching for a continued move upwards in the short term. And then longer term, another significant rotation back down. Unless there's fundamental changes with the next rally, which I do not foresee at this point. But again, you always have to look at things with clear glasses. You don't put on your rose-colored glasses or anything else. You just, and you don't let, because again, many people know longer term, I'm still fundamentally bearish on Tesla. Technically now, we're down to the bottom of the channel, and I told you my next technical target's lower, and I have fundamental targets lower. However, does that prevent, look, I just listed off the buy patterns. It means that doesn't mean you can't be bullish. Doesn't mean I'm going to go, oh, Tesla's going to zero tomorrow. Tesla's doomed. There'll never be another long trade. No, there'll be long and short trades. You're not going to look at it either way. You're going to look at the setups and trade the setups. Keep doing that. Now, from the long side, please, I keep saying this during market overview, and I'm going to say it here. Take off partial positions, especially when you hit key levels, whether they're harmonics, whether they're rotation zones, whether they're significant levels, whether there's something you trade but I have no knowledge of, and it's a key area. Take something off and get your stop raised to break even, or even above break even if you can. So if it rolls over again, you've locked something in and you're not completely exposed. There was a time to be when this is happening, when you break out of major resistance and you start seeing this, that's the time to get a little, I hate the word greedier, but that's the time maybe you want to stretch your targets a little more. This is the time when you want to compress your targets. This is caution. This is, okay, I'm going to expand my multiples a little. I'm going to go for not the first harmonic, I'm going to go for the second harmonic. This is, I'm going to use the first friggin' harmonic to raise my stop because we're in more and more bearish mode. And you still will get rip your face off rallies where you could have a massive up bar. You're going to see it in the NASDAQ. Over this year, you're going to see rallies that you're like, where did that come from? You're going to see it in Tesla. And what it's going to do is it's going to suck a lot of people in, and then my longer term is still it's going to roll over. Now, if something changes, you'll hear it here first. And I'm not saying that from my fundamental aspect at all. I'm saying that from my technical aspect. Because technically, this does not favor rip your face off 1,600 or 1,400 or 2,000 price target right now. From a technical perspective. Not fundamental, technical. And we haven't traded, this stock has not traded fundamentally in forever, and I'm not expecting it to trade fundamentally magically tomorrow. So this is all based off technicals. Hey, Sailing, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you very much. I like to read these. I have to go check them after, but I like these pair of characters dancing under a rain of confetti and taking his hat off. You say, you are amazing. Well, I thank you. I will accept that I I have a hard time with compliments, but thank you. I do my best here. Take a look at the weekly and monthly RSI. Still tons of room down if one to take the route. Yeah, here's your weekly. It can still go down. We're getting to the area where Tesla, just because of the nature of Tesla, it's hard pressed to get down here. But overall, you could easily bounce and then head lower. Just the inverse of the up move. Here's monthly. Yeah, monthly, and you see we've gotten there before. Could you get there again? Yeah. Would it surprise me to see us hit down here on a monthly RSI sometime this year? No, it would not. By the way, this month is going to be ending, Monday? And you're in the monthly rotation zone, which, again, 685 would be the target to the downside eventually. And this is a multi-month move, not a one-day move. So I don't want to hear my email blowing up. You said it was going to 685. No. We can even get beyond there, but not tomorrow. I'm not that Dave. Is red Tesla, red Tesla, red Tesla. Now we're going to get the bounce due to Dave. You're going to get the bounce tomorrow. And if you type in green Tesla, green Tesla, green Tesla, you've just doomed it. Hey, Dan Jet. Thank you, Dave. Great lesson today, and everyone could exercise extra caution in these uncertain market conditions. And exercise does a body good. I exercise every day, and I know what you were referring to with Wavy's comment, but you should exercise every day just to help your health and longevity. Why I'm saying again, mind the rotation zones. We don't trade the crosses, but mind the rotation zones because they help you keep you on the right side of the market. And everything is so bearish right now, you can get bounces, but don't get greedy with the bounces. I don't want you to get greedy with the bounces. Okay, you will have those buy setups. I'll keep posting the buy setups, just don't get greedy with them. Well, I got a Peloton and a tonal. So I do both every day. By the way, if anybody likes to work out with weights at home, tonal is amazing. I do not get anything from them, not sponsored by them, but I love my tonal and I love my Peloton. Do not like the Peloton stock. I've been bearish on this. I love the product, but I've been bearish on this stock forever. I've been bearish on Peloton forever, but I like the products. So, again, you have minor potential double. It'll be interesting to see if that triggers with some of the other oversold conditions. That's just a side thing. Let's get back to the company that shall not be named. By the way, you know what's interesting? You know what I've noticed? I've been saying the company, well, I've tried to avoid saying it in market overviews, but my demonetization is not as severe since we've been selling off in Peloton. My videos have not been demonetized as aggressively since the sell-off started. I don't know why that is. Why? Tesla's going down and the videos are okay to be monetized? To the 5 extra views I get to the people who don't hate what I have to say. Yeah, the tonal mounts to the wall. Fantastic piece of equipment. Again, I get nothing from them. It's just a fantastic piece. Yeah, tonal, Tonal. Just Google it. Look at some YouTube stuff on it. It uses digital weights. Sorry, I love to work out because it keeps me, looking this good, guys. Come on. No, but I don't go to gyms anymore. I used to love to go to gyms, but I'm never going to a gym again between my Peloton and my tonal. Fantastic workouts at home, and it actually prevents I get more time in the chair because I don't have to commute anywhere to get to a gym. Let's see. Doubles across the board. Let's see if anything holds and turns into a relief rally here. That's what I'm expecting. But again, I need some things to trigger. Don't just try to front run when there is no trigger. The other thing, because things can continue to get oversold. And you can always get more. What's interesting is when things are in super bull mode, you tend to get more bullish mode. And I'm not just talking Tesla. You get bullish news. People say, oh, that's bullish news. When things are in bear mode, you tend to get bearish news. And everybody's like, even if you're like, that's not bearish news, it's bearish news. And it amplifies the selling pressure. So doubles across the board. Yeah, I'm going to see if a lot of them triggered then with a little relief rally. Yeah, take a look at Dave. Send me an email, too, if you want more information, Dave. Reach out to me, and I'll give you my personal thoughts on it, just because I love the product. If the weekly double top triggers, what would be your invalidation price on it? We'd have to get back over. I think the exact invalidation price is around 1,170 Kratos. But I'd let everybody know before that happened. But it's not anytime soon. Thanks for your time bringing up the line chart. Oh, by the way, that is, if you want one more thing, watch the beginning of Market Overview. I go over, and this will also be in the course, but I gave you sort of a free preview of a lot of stuff I do. I end up teaching it anyways, but hopefully people will still buy the course when I'm done with it. But I go over the benefits of using a line on close chart. And I show examples just because I didn't even plan this. I just sort of showed the way I do more market analysis. So I think it's worth at least, it's right in the beginning, right? Wavy, was that in the beginning of Market Overview? I don't even remember at that point. But go watch like the first 20 minutes. I guarantee you'll learn something. I pretty much guarantee you learn something. Maybe one small thing, but you will learn something. Oh, thank you, Dave. I think you missed a comment on short side trades from today, Jake. Let's see. Did I miss something from you, Jake? I'm sorry if I did. Mike, could you review the different entry setups we had to the short side today? Yes, I will. Sorry about that. I did not see that. Thank you for reminding me, Wavy. Again, if I miss a comment, please let me know. I do not ignore comments unless it's just some spam or something else. Stuff from today, from the short side, there's this. Right off the bat, it had to be, this, you couldn't even wait for a close. It was just, but this got me into short mode right there, especially once we went through the target and just broke down. And then it was just rotation trades. Rotation trades all the way down, especially in the morning. Here, little plateau, breaking down, didn't even get to, when you don't get anything back to even the 5-minute rotation zone, I just go with it on the breakdowns. Okay, we get back to here, watching for a nice little rotation down. Got it here. Then, I shift to the 15-minute. As you get towards lunchtime, and then it was just watch the 8 down. So here was your next signal, that spike into it with this moved lower. And that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. It was just riding down the shorts all day from targets. From a target perspective, besides your shorter term ones, I'll just show you as I ratcheted everything down. So this is using yesterday's stuff. You see the base here. I'm just going over the larger term ones. Here's your pausing bar. Gives you this nice target for the full target. Then this was the next little area because you got the little bigger correction. Giving me 841. Then the final little thing, I just ratcheted down to here. And then I was focused on this 834 with the rising long term. Again, here was my key major areas. I was just focused on this. Beyond that, this was just, you're going to get out all your shorts at this major channel support line and the harmonic and not try to squeeze out anymore. And you see with this final target, I took it off beforehand, but that's where your 200 is. The 200 simple with the next harmonic. So if we don't bounce at all tomorrow and we continue lower, that's the next area I'm watching for a potential bouncing setup. All right. Sorry I missed that earlier. Again, thank you everyone who points out the that I missed something. And we'll wrap this up in a second. Go watch Market Overview. I recommend Tesla fans to tune in daily. It helps tremendously with Tesla when you see the rest of the market. Yeah. Just like we go through the multi-time frames in Tesla, that's why looking at an overall market and what's going on, even if you only trade Tesla, understanding what's going on in the broad market, and I guarantee even if you just trade Tesla, you're probably not only going to trade Tesla. If you're still remain an active trader, I guarantee you won't only just trade Tesla the rest of your life. So you should learn other things, and also keeping the bigger perspective with what's going on with the market, especially stocks that tend to follow the NASDAQ, is very helpful. Just like scanning through your multiple time frames, knowing what the market is doing, even if you don't understand everything I cover, knowing what it's doing and hearing it multiple times will help you. Yes, and there always is a little gems to pick up there too. I've learned more here than I have from the courses from these Twitter furus. What's a furu? I don't know what a furu is. Have a great night, everyone. All right. Thanks, Kratos. Thank you, everybody. Again, big shout out to, where is it? Sailing Dream. Thank you again for your super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, it's going to help the lighting get better. So all of these super chats, Patreons, and buy me a coffees right now are going. I'm going to put in I have a microphone. I'm going to put in a boom mic though, so I get even better sound. And I'm going to put in some additional lighting to help with any glare stuff. So I'm attempting to make the channel even more watchable and better. So those are the kind of things that this goes to. It does not go to buy me booze. Especially in January, because it's dry January still. But no, I use it for actually things to help. Anything I get through donations goes back to help making the channel better and the stuff I put out better for everybody. That's the way I view it. You're donating for the channel, so it's going back into the channel. More hats and a fake mustache. Really? You want more hats and a fake mustache. Can I dress as Mario? Can I put a Mario hat on and a Mario mustache? Yeah, golf clap to dream. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. With Groucho, I'm going to do a Mario. I will put on a little Mario thing at some point. There you go. I'll dress up for specifically for W Browser. Now, if you changed it to Bowser, then it would really be, you'll have to change your handle to Bowser. And then we'll really go with the Mario theme. With that, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'll talk to everyone later. Bye for now.